5th of May 2023, Friday. Let's have a crazy technical outlook, shall we? Let's go. All right, I want to cover crude oil first for today because I just covered on the MAO, right, on top of crude oil today. Now, this is crude oil. Now, this is a very incredible crude oil chart, right? Why? Because today crude oil, just give me a moment, I'm trying to, the thing is not moving accordingly. There's something wrong with my, wait, let me refresh this a bit. I think there's some hanging here. Okay, let's go back. Here we go. Okay, excellent. Okay, so now let's look at crude oil today. Crude oil chart, if you look at it, right, you can see that today opening price is 68.70. Now, yesterday crude oil plunged all the way to $63.20. It basically hit all the technical level, and of course, for those who are those people who have been buying over here, those conventional traders, they will put a stop loss here, and the boys basically purposely break all the stop loss yesterday. And then when it flush all the buyers out, the market recover. This is how Wall Street works, okay? Okay, now going back to here itself, today is pretty clear. The market opening price 68.70 and the pivot one is 66.60. So which means that as long as crude oil stays above OP, today is a buy because this is a classic buy positioning. And of course, today is a DJDD, which means that if the market stays above OP, the market most likely will go up, right? Interesting. Now, of course, you may ask, but Kel, KSI is red and KCX is actually there. Wouldn't create selling pressure? Well, it will, because why? You can see over here, right? This is how and why the crude oil price have been coming down from $80 all the way to $63 because we already have the information. But today, because of the price action, right, that means that as long as the market stays above OP, we cannot short sell the market. We'll wait for a while. So for people who bought today, congratulations, you did the right thing by buying. But because of the indicator is all on the selling side, right, maybe you should consider to take some profit, okay? Now, of course, how high can this go? Well, you can actually imagine that crude oil can go back all the way to $76.10. Yes, it is possible to go back to MA30, but for this itself, right, I want to tell you something here. Watch my MAO video earlier. You'll be very surprised that, right, crude oil now is at a very, very critical level. It has to stay up. If crude oil price really breaks down, my goodness, guys, crude oil can really go down to maybe $60. So this is something that I have never thought it can happen, but if recession card is on the table, this is actually possible. All right, watch my MAO video, you will know more about this. Okay, so that is the crude oil chart for today. All right, let's look at the Dow Jones right now. Let's go back to Dow. The Dow today is also a buy signal. Why? Because the market opening price is at 33,118 and the pivot one is 33,030. So we all know that because of that, today, as long as the market stays above OP, it will be a buy day for the Dow Jones, okay? Yeah, those are the pivot point. And we have a lot of other support reason. We have the I think they have the MLP, the MA30, all are slightly below the opening price. So this actually constitute to a higher chance of the market going up. But one thing to note, the KSI retain red, but the KCX is black. So which means that there will be selling at the top. So you can see right now, the last few days, right, and when the market goes up, right, there's some selling from the top because the boys will sell from there. But because of the momentum that is still buying interest, you also notice that the market, right, cannot really close at the low, right, because the buying will come in. So overall, what will I tell you this? Now today, as long as above OP, you can buy, yeah? No problem, but take profit along the way. Now, if the market breaks OP, then selling will kick in. And how low would it go? Well, it may come back down to 32,859 level. Upside wise, you can try 33,645, MA30. This is all the numbers I have on my screen. Now let's look at the NASDAQ, shall we? Now the NASDAQ, because of Apple, right, we expect the NASDAQ to be one of the highlight today. So of course, we can see now NASDAQ is trading higher. Today is a DJDD, so which means that if the NASDAQ stays above opening price, it will buy. And interestingly, the MLP and the MA30 are all very nearby, so that actually increased the upside potential. So how high can it go? Well, it can go to this point, which is at 13,096, so it's about 50 points from where we are. A higher number itself will be here, 13,219. Yeah, there's a higher level here. Now, same thing, the KSI is red, KCX itself is black. So this is actually, again, telling you that there will be a fight between the boys, the buyer and the seller, but as long as you follow through the opening price, you should be fine. Okay, now let's look at the S&P 500 now. S&P 500 is also very interesting. Now, in today, S&P is an omega sign, which means that the opening price and the low is the same. So it's very bullish, and the market opens is exactly near to the pivot 1, very bullish. So as long as the market stays above OP, it's a buy. So at the moment now, right, the market is going up. But same thing again, if the market continue to go higher, 41.14, interesting number, this is MA30 level, yeah, the market could go there. But if the market breaks OP, guys, this can be very fast. It can be very, very fast. The market can break down all the way to 40.28, all right? Now, same thing again, KSI is red, that means the boys are around there selling the market. So this is something that you have to watch out for the entire day. Tiring, but no choice. All right, for Hang Seng, well, Hang Seng today did a very strong recovery because of China. I bring China chart right now. Now, China basically shot up again, blast past 38.2, and look at the technical, it's incredible, it's insane. All right, take a look, the market, right, when it came down, look at the way it stopped at the MA30 and the MA200. This is really, really insane TA. And you can see it's very manipulated. So with the market doing that, that's why the market pumped itself above the 38.2. Now, I've been telling you this, 13,000 is a very incredible psychological level. And I've been telling you this, whenever the China A50 stays above the above the 13,000, the next few days, it will be going up. I've been saying this for the longest of time, and those people who follow me will remember this and profit from there. It's never difficult to trade the China market, which a lot of people say it's difficult, it's hard to break, but guys, you just follow itself, you should be fine, yeah? All right, so you got the idea now? Cool, right? Okay. So for Hang Seng today, as you can see now, Hang Seng open up CCRY, that's why Hang Seng this morning shoot up above OP is a buy. But because the KSI is red, KCX is blank, so there will be profit taking, and you can see Hang Seng really went up. The opening price was 20,057. It went up all the way to 20,221 before pulling back. All right, so that is why you must always take profit when the indicators are not on your side. Okay, now next one will be DAX. DAX today has just opened. Okay, DAX is now trading near to the pivot 1 at 15,863. Now, one thing for DAX, right? DAX itself, KSI is green, but there's KCX, so which means that the boys are trying to buy from the bottom, but there'll be selling pressure. Okay, so last few days itself, right, there was some selling pressure on the DAX market. Yeah, that's why it's hanging around there. Okay, very simple. If DAX can break 15,863, it will go up, and it may go back to the BNB level, which is about 16,080. All right, that is potentially upside. But if this is the resistance, then the downside can pull it back down to 15,651. Okay, that is for DAX. Now, next market is FTSE. All right, FTSE have just reversed course. It has just touched the pivot 1 at 77.44. And of course, it also break below the MLP, 77.37. Now, with the KSI rate and KCX in there, this is a sell signal, yeah? So to me, it's all right. 77.09 have to hold because that is a KCB. If the market breaks further, it will come down all the way to 76.50 zone. All right. So traders, watch out for FTSE. Most likely it's going to come down because ECB has just increased interest rate, and that's something that the European doesn't want it. But of course, they have to do it. So that's why now the fight is over there. Now, this is Nikkei, and Nikkei did a brilliant job today. Now, the brilliant job is because Nikkei opens an omega, and opening price is actually near the MLP. So buy was the main reason for that. So market shoot up, right? And plus it's DJDD, one directional day. This is what is actually happening. The only thing is that incredible, the KSI is red, KCX is blue. So actually there should be some selling pressure, but I think the buyers are stronger. So that's why it retained the upside right now. So we go look at the market closer later this evening. Yeah. Okay, I've covered all the US indices and crude oil. Let's look at the currency market. Now, this is the dollar yen. Dollar yen has continued to fall. That's interesting. All right, because dollar yen is actually one of the catalysts to bring the Nikkei higher, but interesting. Anyway, today the opening price is at 134.24. It's above the MA, it's above the pivot 1. So by right, it's a buy. But the thing is that now it's trading below OP, right? So you shouldn't touch it at all. Interestingly, the KSI is green, but KCX is actually there. So which means that the fight again, the buyers and sellers will be involved. So today is not the best day to trade the dollar yen, if you ask me, unless it stays above the opening price. Okay. Now, next one will be euro. Euro is basically side pending right now, red, yellow, red, yellow. This is zebra formation. That means that something big is going to happen. We're either going to see a major higher 112 or drop to 108, because usually when you see a zebra formation, we do expect the market to move big in the near term. Okay, so 200 points shouldn't be a problem. Now KSI is green and also the KCX is blank. So this is actually very, very bullish signal for the euro right now. So upside potential could be 1.108, 1.108, yeah. Downside potential 1.0984. All right, it's a pretty tight range if you ask me. Okay, done. Next market is pound. 1 minute. Here we go, pound. Now, pound is trading higher because of the ECB rate hike. And of course, now the BOE is also looking at that. So let's see what happened. If the market stays above OP, which is 1.257, that's the idea, it should be able to test 1.2641. KSI is green, KCX is blank. So very bullish, stay long. That should be the way for this market, yeah. So if you actually look at the 5-minute chart now on the pound, you can see that the moment it opens, right, I believe that that is what you should do, is just go long, and that's about it. So let's say the 5-minute chart, beautiful. Look at the 5-minute chart. This is where the market is above the opening price, and the bar is yellow, the KSI is green, and the KCX is blank. That's why you're the first buy. And of course, there's one reason here, and one just happened, okay? So you can see that as long as you have my indicator, you will know what to do. Pretty cool, right? Amazing, yeah? Okay, so this is the day chart of the pound. All right, so let's look at the other market right now. Let's look at gold and silver. Now, gold today is a sell. Why? Because based on gold, you can see right now the market actually is trading below the pivot 2. Pivot 2 is 2044. That means it's a classic sell right now. The MLP for today is 4045. OP is 2050. So which means that the market has broke below OP, broke below MLP. That's why it's coming down. So how low can it go? Well, it is possible to see crude oil, gold coming down to 2006. Now, this level is a good time to buy. Well, you can consider the last time we see a base out itself was about 1980 to 1990. That's a very good base out level, right? If you ask me. So 206 is still a bit too far away, but of course that is the nearest technical point that we can search for. And of course, again, I'll show the 5-minute chart. How did the crude oil actually, how the gold actually move? This is how it goes. Sorry, sometimes when we speak too fast, right? Okay, so very simple. This is how you do the trick here. Once the market stays below OP, KSI, the bar is red, KSI is red, blue, KCX, you just have to short. That's it. Don't care, don't bother. That's your answer, right? Next thing is that if you happen again, do it again. So the arrow gives you the affirmation. And of course, any technical level, you should just consider buy back some. And that's where the market rebounded. But of course, if the market continue to tear down further, the next target will be KTR -1. And of course, now the next one could potentially KTR -2. Let's just bring the market right now and see over here. How far away from -2? Quite a bit of distance, yeah. So it could be going down all the way to 2033 if this really continue, because you don't know what is happening right now. Maybe some institutions are trying to pump down to hit the market down so they can buy it cheaper. It's all possible, yeah. Okay, so that is gold for you. How about silver? Now, silver is trading between the two pivots, right, at 2634 and 2565. And the opening price 2601, so which means that below OP is a sell. Now, the thing is this, when you see the KSI is hybriding, you just have to click again on the time frame toggle around. You should get back your whatever you're supposed to see. Now, the KSI is green, KCX is blue, and so it's blank. So by right, today is a buying day. But if the market wants to sell, you have to leave it be. But when the market comes down, you can consider do some buying soon, yeah, because the indicators are actually giving you the thumbs up. Okay, all right. So last two will be Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's do Ethereum first. Now, Ethereum is now mounting up, breaking below pivot 2 level. Interestingly, KSI is red, but KCX is blank. So which means that there will be some selling, but the crowd itself are rooting it. So now it's 1909 is the MA30. And of course, based on we understand this, they supposed to be, if the market basically is going to go up, right, after you break the 1904 level, the next target could be 1937. Now, anything is all possible. We're seeing gold going crazy back then in during the 25th of April. We have seen this gold going here going crazy also on the 20th of this right then was that this is 21st of April. This one is 26th of April. Okay, this is something interesting. This is 20th. Yeah, okay, fine. So if Ethereum continue to go higher, break 1904, it should be able to go to 1937. Okay. Last one is Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin has recovered. Now that few days ago, Bitcoin plunged all the way down to 27,650, which I tell you before that it will come down to somewhere around there, and then it will likely rebound again. And true below yesterday, it all the way rebounded and go back to the pivot 2. Now today's inverse pivot, by the way. Inverse pivot means that the market will be attracted to the technical instead. And so that's why this morning you can see that the market opens here, you get so attracted to the pivot 2 because that is what it usually does. Okay. All right. So now for this Bitcoin, if you can track above 29,348, well, the sky's the limit. You can see 30,400. Okay. But of course, if the market push it back down below OP and break below the MA30, then you think it's very uncomfortable. Maybe it's time to inform people, right? Right. Still think about it. So that is the Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, if it comes down, it has to stay above 28,600. If not, the selling could bring it down all the way back to 27,500 once again. All right, that'll be all for today. Hope you enjoyed this session. This is Cal signing off. Have a great day. Bye-bye.